This video is about the I-185 and why it is possibly becoming my favorite plane, which is hard to do because I love Yaks. So I cannot say that I like it better than the Yak, but most days that I play Yaks just about as much as I'm playing the I-185. But I'll tell you what is so great, what I love about the I-185, and why you would like to try it too. It's considered by some people to be like the Soviet Focke-Wulf, but I don't totally agree with that, but I guess it has more characteristics that are like the Focke-Wulf. Most people think the Focke-Wulf is better though. Of course the Focke-Wulf is a lot more famous, so even historians are going to tell you it's better than this plane. But I like this better than the Focke-Wulf, and I love engaging Focke-Wulfs, even though the wiki, it says, oh, if you meet up with a Focke-Wulf, avoid him. I'm like, no, I kick their asses. So I'm going to get into it as this goes on, of what all I like about this plane. And as things happen, I'll use the examples of what's so great about it. Now I'm being evil here. This plane climbs great. That's one of the things of it. It's a great climber. You're going to be able to get above everybody and drop down on them. And it has excellent energy retention. Great energy retention. So, I mean, you can get into vertical dogfights with other planes and maintain your energy. Just rope-a-dope, wear them down. Now there were 4 planes that were incoming, going after our tanks or whatever they're going for, I don't know. And here's the straggler. I go for the back guy, and he's not just the back guy. The other 3 guys were kind of sticking together. This guy's gone off on his own. And that's normally the planes I look to go after. I don't like anybody else getting involved in my dogfights. I don't like being 2 to 1. This is guys in a C202 EC. He really has no chance. I mean, I dropped on him. It's too late for him to go catch up to his buddies. Most of those planes you saw to the left were bad guys. Now, it doesn't look like I did much to him right there, but I killed his pilot. It says he's unconscious, but he's never waking back up. He's dead. Now I'm going to turn this on for a second. That plane in the green is a guy in my guild. He's in the 0. And I'm coming to get this 109 off of his butt. Turn this back off. Alright. There's an example of another thing that I like about this plane. Most Russian planes don't have much ammunition. This one does have lots of ammunition. The Yaks don't. If I'd been in a Yak, I wouldn't have been spraying bullets that crazy, because you could run out. This one here, you can play around with that kind of thing, so that's a good example right there of this plane. Another thing that I love about this plane, oh, here, let me, first off, explain these tags. This is separate from what this plane's about. I just wanted to show it because it might not be clear in other videos. See right here, if I was playing just realistic air battles, the tags would be like this. Now in ground forces, which is what this is, where we started off in tanks, your friendly teammates, their tags are still on just like this. But the bad guys, the guys in the red, their tags are gone. Okay? So when I'm doing these videos, you might sometimes wonder, if you don't play the game, how can I tell the bad guys from the good guys? Well, that's how I can tell. Now, if I do a video that's realistic air battles, I normally will leave the tags on because it's just like this game. But in the replay, it only gives the option of tags on for everybody or nobody has the tags. So I like to do the nobody has the tags because the bad guys that I'm going after, they don't have them, and you have to spot the dots just the same as I do as you see in this replay. Another thing great about the I-185 is, let me make sure I'm on my perspective. Nope, I wasn't. It rolls great, like the Focke-Wulf. That's one of the things why it's compared to the Focke-Wulf. They both have great energy retention. They have similar firepower, closely grouped together like that. The Dora's Focke-Wulfs have most of them have 3 20mm cannons, just like this one does. Now, this guy's in a Yak, and he's coming at me head-on. And I can't stand people to come head-on at me. Maybe he can't stand people that spawn camp him. But that doesn't really work that well on me anymore. They've got like 1 in 10 chance of getting me on a head-on now that I've learned how to barrel roll out of that. And he doesn't have the, even though he's in a Yak that's more maneuverable than me, he doesn't have the energy that I have because I was above him. And he can't control his plane as well as I can mine. He's having a harder time. This plane, better than the Yak. I'm not going super fast right now, but I'm going at decent speed. At very high speeds. Now that's another example. I'll get back to the very high speed thing. If I'd been in the Yak, I wouldn't even taken that shot. He was far enough away, I wouldn't have taken a shot at that distance. Because I don't have the ammunition to be playing that game. In this plane, you have lots of ammo. I find that half my kills I get are kills I would have not gotten in a Yak. Because I wanted to, you know, been just spraying and praying like that. So, I mean, I'm just basically still tapping, but yeah, I took that guy at a pretty good range where, you know, I probably would not have done that in the Yak. This is a mixed game. Like my buddy, I said he was in a Japanese Zero, you know, and I'm in a Russian plane. They were enemies in World War II. What it is there's 3 of us. We grouped up, and we have different nations. So the queue took a while to pop, and then they put us into a mixed game, which I can't stand mixed games, but hey, it is what it is. And one of those guys decided to play Japanese, so that's what happens. And that's why I went against another Yak even. If I'm just, you know, pugging, going into a game by myself, maybe 1 out of 50 games is a mixed game. You know, everybody against everybody, all nations, on both sides. This plane, yeah, to get back to what it was, at high speeds, this plane can still maneuver well, where other planes can't, including the Yak. The Yak is pretty good at not locking up, you know, but when it gets to high speeds, it does lock up, whereas this one is still going to be able to turn. It's kind of like, you know, like American planes, the energy planes, like the Mustangs, Thunderbolts. They handle best when they're going fast. This plane handles best when it's going fast also. But higher speeds, like diving on somebody, this plane dives great, by the way. At higher speeds, see, that's also a Yak, and I don't know if it was the same guy or not. I'm going to guess maybe it was, because he came at me the same way, you know, prop hanging, trying to do the head-on pass, and it's just not going to work out for him. Right there, he couldn't pull his nose up enough into me. He didn't have the energy, and that was an easy kill. The firepower of this plane, you put it into, yeah, you can see here, I'm trying to maneuver this, see the 3 cannons, where they're spaced? It's like a peace sign, upside down peace sign. I love that spread. It's mean, it's perfect. This is an evil plane. Lots of ammo, firepower, energy retention, climb, can roll like crazy. You know, Focke-Wulfs, that's one of its defenses when you're trying to get it, is they roll like crazy, and you keep trying to shoot at them and you keep missing things. They keep rolling all over the place until you run out of ammo. This plane's not going to run out of ammo, and I can roll with a Focke-Wulf. I think it's better than a Focke-Wulf. Other people disagree. I don't know. I think this plane's a gem, hidden gem. I never knew that the I-185 was so great. I love it. Climbs great, rolls great, handles well at high speed, handles best at high speed. Firepower, ammo, all kinds of stuff. It's great at killing bombers. So, those are my buddies, my guild. And they didn't have as good a games as they normally do. This guy's really good in tanks. They're both pretty dang good players. They didn't have as good of a game. But that's neither here nor there. Yep, that's it. Adios amigos.